to the recording in progress. So welcome to the 2022 NMSA meet and greets. As you come into the room, if everybody coming in could change your name to say what school you're from, if you are from a school, or what organization you represent. If you are one of our speakers, it looks like most everybody has. And then we will get this show rolling. And I will start off with Stephanie Fogelson, our executive director.
Well, hi. This is really fun. We've never done this. So I've been with the NMSA for, I think, 5 years now. And this is something we've wanted to do for a very, very, very long time. And I think the force to go digital has given us the opportunity to. So a lot of times we get to know each other and see each other at the annual conference, but that's a distant memory these days. So here we are, and we can't thank you guys enough for joining us. We are recording this, so a lot of our members can see this on their own time. There's a lot of confusion around the NMSA right now. And a big part of that is because we are a communication community group. And when students couldn't be on campuses and people couldn't interact, we've had a hard time with every year. You get this whole new group of students that come in and they haven't got to go to the guacamole parties and the picnics and the fireside chats. They haven't got to do that. So we're hoping that this conversation kind of jumpstarts some new energy into the group. We've got some really cool swag coming out to the chapters and fun things happening. So with that, I will dive in. I don't think I drive this. Do I drive this? I drive. Okay, I can. But I can't, Gabriella. Thank you. So just as a little bit of history, whoever's clicking, you're doing great. I'm just going to talk about whatever you throw up there. Just a little bit of history. We have 9 chapters as far as the NMSA goes. We represent every accredited school in North America. My dog Bentley wants to join the conversation, so that's going to happen. But each one of our chapters has a president and their own board at each individual chapter. So every school has their own chapter, their own bylaws, their own goals, their own initiatives, their own bank accounts that they get to do things with. As an international organization, we support their efforts. We all work under the same ethics, the same bylaws, the same standards, and the same 501c3, but there's autonomy at the chapter level that we try to keep some consistency, but a lot of uniqueness based on the environment that school is in. We like to say we self-fund. We realized a long time ago that the students struggle. It's a hard thing to get through these 4 or 5 years that you've got to go through, and your head's down and you lose that sense of community. And by the 4th year, we saw way too much burnout. So we tried to reposition ourselves to stay in our lane, and our lane is to take care of students during their student journey. So that's changed with COVID, and that doesn't matter to us. That's our job. Our job is to send tea packets when they need tea packets, or create a walk in the park, or whatever our students need in that moment. It's our job to figure that out and do that. We have just over 2,000 members in our organization. We're extremely excited about that. Hey, thanks, Gabriella. I think it's you clicking. We do have 5 of our sponsors, and I believe they're all with us today. And they're going to tell you a little bit about themselves and why they support our organization every single year, and we love them dearly for it. One big thing you probably know about us is we co-locate our conference most years when the world's spinning normally with the AANP. So we partner with them so that there's a collaboration environment, there's a bigger community, and everybody can kind of take advantage of the infrastructure of those conferences for our cost savings to keep our price point down for both physicians and students and make that happen. We do have a really exciting announcement this year. We included 11 additional associations into our membership. So our students right now, 7 of our 9 schools are auto-enrolled. So what that means is every single student that's enrolled in one of those 7 schools is automatically an NMSA member. So they already have access to benefits, just a matter of logging on and taking hold of those. But in addition to all the benefits we've had historically, we have 11 additional partnerships at the state level and the national level that said, if you're an NMSA member, you also have a free membership to our organization. That is huge, 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 because so many students are searching for residencies, opportunities, and understanding at the state level. So that represents a massive uptick in opportunity for collaboration here. I'm ready. You're the best. So the board, your international board, I want to tell you guys a little bit about. Thank you so much. Isabella, I'm so sorry we can't get that updated graphic with your name spelled correctly. Please forgive. But we have an international board. Mickey is our president this year. And what I will tell you, as a person that had to spend his president-elect year and now his president term behind a computer screen, he's moved mountains. He has a group right now that's working so well together, so efficiently. And every year with an organization that has a complete board turnover, we couldn't be in a better spot as it relates to just seamless communication, seamless execution. He's found a group of people to run this organization that are phenomenal. And I personally have never had more fun doing it. They are a really good cohesive group, and Mickey is really good about seeing what they need kind of next. Lois, I'm sorry, where did I go? Sierra. Sierra is our president-elect. So I get the blessing of having one student for a whopping 2 years. That's as long as I get y'all. And Sierra is kind of in a role right now where she's supporting the chapter level, but then she'll go up into the international president role in the next year. So she gets 2 years in leadership, and she's couldn't be more efficient. I've never met a more efficient person in my life. Her words are precise, her organization is spot on, and just watch out world, watch out world. Okay, Lois is our VP of membership. Oh my goodness, I'm just thinking about the conversation we had at our board meeting right now that I won't bring up. But we have a lot of fun together. And Lois is just this powerhouse woman that has the sense of humor that catches you off guard every time, every single time. You're not ready for it. She says something that just like knocks you on your heels. And she's so much fun. Matthew, I don't know if he's joining us today. I don't know that I saw his face. I think he's here now. I just can't see all the faces anymore. Matthew's done an amazing job. Is he
I'm here, Steph.
There he is. Matthew has kind of spearheaded our efforts as far as it relates to development. So he brings those corporate entities into our organization, helps connect them, helps to build value so that our goals of our students and their corporate initiatives, we can find that sweet spot to make all the world better by working together. I'm going to keep talking fast. I'm trying to get through this. Aaron and I had a really unique opportunity this last year. He is our CFO, and Aaron's a nurse by trade. And he also resides in Phoenix. So we had to go change over all the bank accounts, because that's another fun thing we get to do every year. And he walked in, and this banker couldn't get the organization straight to save his life. And Aaron, like, so sweet. He just so sweetly delivered this message of, you don't know what you're talking about. I do. Let's move on with our lives. This is what we need from you. We're going to leave now. But all the while, we're all smiling. And he just ran the meeting. And it was so much fun to watch. And Gabriella, I would put in the same powerhouse group. She is our International Chief Administration Officer, which in a virtual organization that turns over every year, we don't exist if we're not organized. And she has done such an amazing job, including putting this together today. Very grateful for you. And Izzy is also on our team here, Isabella, and she is the backbone of our organization, and she's supported by Hyatt Life Sciences. So with the turnover, we need some infrastructure to make sure that the organization stays sustainable. And so kind of the partnerships across the board make that all happen. And our chapter presidents, you can see their names, their beautiful faces. And with that, did I get everybody? I didn't miss anybody, did I?
Yakira is also stepping up as our VP of Communications. Yakira has just finished all of her actual coursework, is getting ready to take the boards, and said, hey, you know what? We never filled a VP of Communications role, so I'm going to step into that and take care of you guys. So amazing.
In addition to our chapter presidency role, it's a huge feat. Thank you guys so much. Everything that you all do leadership wise, really love you forever.
All right. So hello, everyone, and thank you for coming today. So what does the NMSA International Board do? I'm sure there are a lot of people that ask themselves this question before they go to bed at night. So our big thing is we raise a lot of funds to support the chapters and host events. Stephanie works with Matt a lot on bringing in external groups to help bring additional money in. We set up travel grants for the students. There are fellowships that we provide for the students. With the 11 professional naturopathic organizations that came in, we're offering opportunities for students to connect with organizations in different states they might want to practice in and help them get involved in helping promote licensure in some of those states. We set an annual budget and a strategic plan to help grow the organization as we move forward each year. And I'm happy to say that this year we're in a great financial position, even after COVID, where a lot of non-for-profits really struggled. We're doing great. So kudos to the team on that. We have, let's see, we attend a lot of different professional meetings throughout the organizations, AAMP, WAMP, like there's a lot of organizations that we're involved in. And we represent one of the largest naturopathic organizations in North America with over 2,000 members in our student body. We have a new website that Stephanie has been working very hard to get off the ground so that we can actually promote our sponsors and our students, as well as Hannah's doing a great job with our social media. Erin's taking care of our financing. We're doing our marketing, our branding. There's a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of new swag coming out. So let's jump to the next slide. All about them benefits. I like that slide. So some of the benefits that we are able to offer to the students through our sponsors and the relationships we built. We have monthly travel grants, which I believe we're doing currently $650 travel grants per month are up for grabs. Fellowships, we have funds available to move for your career. One of the ones that we have coming up at the conference, we have a business competition that generates students write business plans for how they want to practice or something they want to do post-graduation. And one of our students last year actually had offers of $300,000 on the table before the competition was over. We just did a whole series of dinners with Microbiome, who went to, I believe, 5 of our different chapters to meet with the students and talk about some of their products and what they do as a company. And we have an annual conference that will be coming up this summer that we co-host with AAMP. And as Stephanie mentioned earlier, we have 11 new free memberships with different state and specialty organizations for students to get involved in. And we're constantly looking for ways to grow this, and hopefully by next year we'll have 20 state organizations and specialty organizations. No pressure. Next slide, please. Is there a next slide?
Not me, so I think it's Izzy. Yeah.
Hey, all right. So now we're getting to the meat and potatoes, the reason everybody came here today, which is to meet some of our sponsors and some of those memberships we were talking about. So before we jump into this, I want to say to all of our sponsors and our state memberships, thank you. You mean the world to us, and this organization would not exist without you. B, because we are focused mostly on the students and the students' needs, we did make promises to the students that this would be a rapid fire meet and greet session. So we are implementing a very strict 2-minute timeline for each of the speakers going. Otherwise, we will be here all day. So I hope you practiced in your mirror at home, but I will let you know when you get to the 2-minute mark, and we will move on. So if you can see this, I'm going to be starting on the left side, working my way down, and then I'll move to the right so you can be prepared.
Mickey,
Yeah.
may I ask for you to ask of the roster that you're going to go through? Could you guys tell us a couple of things, and one of them being who you are, what you do, but why the NMSA. I think that's really important for us to know and understand, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. So those things as well. And we are going to start with standard process. And I apologize, I cannot see all of the names and who is speaking for each group. So if you could introduce yourself, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely, Mickey. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. Is it possible for me to share a screen? Okay, then I'm going up. Oh, it says it's disabled, so that's okay. I can
It's
just
okay.
speak
We'll,
to
we'll
things.
we'll get you that. Izzy, is that okay if we enable screen sharing?
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can do it. Boom, I think you can do it now.
Oh, there we go. Excellent. Sure.
Um,
I think Izzy needs to stop sharing her screen.
or you can go to options, view options at the top of your screen and choose to look at what.
I'm going to use up my 2 minutes trying to share the screen. So
That's right. I'm going to start it because this is
let's
going
not
to.
worry about that. Let's
This
just
is
talk about.
useful. Okay.
Let's talk about standard process a little bit. First of all, thank you for the opportunity. I really do appreciate it. So my name is Pat Shanley. I'm the University Relations Manager for Standard Process. And my job is to work with the various healthcare schools out there who are focused on obviously patient care, but have the opportunity to implement nutrition in their practice. And we historically have not had a real strong presence in the naturopathic world. And that's why I have been doing some of the efforts that I've been doing and partnering with organizations like NMSA, et cetera. So who we are is a whole food-based nutrition company. We have a whole supplement line that is actually, for the most part, developed right on site. We have a 700+ acre regenerative organic farm in Wisconsin, where we raise a myriad of crops, all designed for their peak nutrition opportunities. We also have a manufacturing facility 1 mile down the road. So there really is very little time between harvest and processing. It's all done in the same day. And about 80% of the ingredients we use come from that regenerative farm. So we're also very fortunate to have a research center in North Carolina. This is a first of its kind. So it does do analytic research on, phytonutrients and nutrients, but we also have a full healthcare clinic there. So we also do clinical research, and our goal is to make sure that we have all of the evidence-informed information to back why nutrition is so important. As a company, we partner with healthcare providers because we understand that patients just don't understand, what they should and shouldn't be doing when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to supplementation. So that is who we are and what we do. In my role, I try to do my best with every school to make sure we're supporting in every way we can. One of the things we do is we have student representatives on many campuses across the country. I currently do have 3 openings in the naturopathic realm. Each of the Bastyr campuses have an opportunity for a student ambassador. And then also at NUNM, we've got an opportunity. So if there's interest, please reach out, let me know, or let your school know, I guess I should say. And how's that for 2 minutes?
That was good. You were only 13 seconds over.
But wait, I want to know why NMSA specifically. I don't know that I heard it.
Well, because of the broad nature of what you do, also the collaboration with organizations like AANP. So I came to NMSA through them. We have a very large organizational sponsorship with INM and AANP. So we're trying to make sure that just the word about standard process gets out through every avenue it possibly can.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
do we, if we could put, if you could put into chat the best way for students to reach out
Absolutely.
to like via an email or whatever your preference is, that would be fantastic.
Mickey, I have
So,
a question. If he does that and we have students that watch this later, they won't be able to access the chat, I'm assuming, right?
but we could take that list from the chat and
Cool.
create a list for them of contacts. All right, where did the slideshow go? It's gone.
Gabriella, did you want me to stop sharing?
Just for people who want to share their slides, I don't know, we can check in as each person comes up, but I think you have
Okay.
to stop sharing or from the start sharing.
Nikki, do you want me to open it and tell you who's next? Would that be helpful?
Yeah, unless you have it, because I have like 4 things happening on my computer and I am not that organized.
If we could have Ali from Microbiome Labs come up. Is she here? I don't see her actually. Okay. I'll keep a lookout for her. So Nick Jackie Hellrum.
Hi,
Hi.
thank you for this opportunity to be here with you all tonight and hear about what all the wonderful things that are happening with the organization. Quickly about who NCMIC, we are an insurance company. We have been insuring DCs for over 75 years, and 20 years ago, we've added the naturopath line to our product. Why NMSA? Well, NCMIC is extremely supportive of naturopaths across the country. We are looking for and wanting to partner up with the leaders of the future and helping the profession grow. So we want to be part of that. And in doing so, we I offer student scholarships at Bastyr, NUNM, Southwest. So if you're looking for scholarships and you're a student, it's super easy, just go out there. In addition, we also offer the fellowship to NMSA. We were named Corporation of the Year last year by NMSA and ANP, and we also partnership with INM as well. So part of our partnership with ANP is to help provide funding to help the state associations and as well as trying to get the states licensed. So there's money that's out there to help move that forward. In addition, we help fund the Thrive Toolkit. So when everybody's ready to graduate, it is an excellent source to take a look at. Really a great tool if you're not aware of that. I also do help provide the travel grants for the DC Fly. I know the last 2 years we haven't been able to do that, but looking forward to do that again. One thing I was really excited to hear is the 11 free association memberships that you guys are giving. And I hope that, I'm not sure if this is state associations, but if they are, okay, 2. If you, once you graduate and you're looking for insurance, we give discounts if you are an ANP member or if you belong to the state association. So when it comes to that and getting your insurance, tell them that you're that and they'll give you a discount. What else can I tell you? I don't know how much time I have left. I also go out to the schools and teach risk management, which is a fabulous program. It's about 2 hours. It varies, but what I do is I'll tell you what a malpractice insurance policy is, the different clauses, why it's important to have insurance, some common claims that we see at so many letters. I don't even know where I'm at. NCMIC, and how to avoid this. Once you open your own practice or just going into just starting out too. We have so much information. The best way I can describe this to you is we want to be there from the time you're a student. We help you out at school to when you retire. We are there 100%. So
Right.
We take care of our own, and I mean that, and I hope you guys understand that too.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I do see the list now. I love the background. You've set the bar, so everyone else is going to have to step their game up. So next we will have Hyatt Life Sciences. And I apologize, I don't see the names.
Yeah, I think they may not have made it tonight. They were trying to find a rep, but I don't think they're here. So Hyatt Life Sciences and Fullscript are other 2 big sponsors. I don't believe we have a representative for tonight.
All right. Well, then what we are going to do is go to the AANP.
Hi, everybody. I would love to share my screen, so I'm going to attempt that. And we'll see if this works. So you guys seeing that?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Whoa, let's go back. So, hi everybody, I'm Diana Crumrine. I'm the Events and Administrative Coordinator for the AANP, and I'm also a licensed naturopathic physician in Idaho. And I'm here to tell you more about the AANP and what we offer our dual student members. Our mission is enhancing human health and wellness and advancing the profession of naturopathic medicine. And I'll reiterate, well, first, I wanted to thank NMSA for being here and for the collaboration. And because of that collaboration, we are offering NMSA students a dual student membership with the AANP. So hopefully you know about that. If you don't, you'll see my email on this website, on this page, and at the end. And so please follow up with me if you need more information. But the AANP is the professional membership organization for licensed naturopathic physicians. We offer community, education, advocacy, leadership opportunities. We collaborate with groups like the NMSA, the schools, state and specialty associations, and we've been around for a long time. One of the main areas we focus on is advocacy and leadership. And so some of the main areas, we protect natural access to natural medicine, we monitor the congressional activity, and we educate Capitol Hill. Many students are aware of the DC Federal Legislative Initiative, the DC FLY. Great leadership opportunity, an opportunity for you to get involved representing your state or just learning about the legislative efforts. You also have access to the Legislative Advocacy News Center on the AANP website and through your account. Other leadership opportunities include participating in a committee, which you can do as a student, like global health, diversity inclusion, scientific affairs. These lovely people here are the Professional Affairs Committee who helped develop the Thrive Toolkit and the Career Center. You can also join us every year for the annual convention, and like has been mentioned, we co-locate with NMSA to provide educational, volunteer, mentoring opportunities for all of you students, and you can meet with industry experts as well, with supplement companies and lab companies. And knowledge and skill base you have access to right now as a dual member is when you're logged into your AANP account, you have access to the Natural Medicines database, which is great for your didactic training and learning, and also having it up in clinic while you're putting treatment plans together for patients on the fly. You can have this up and do interaction checking and a lot of valuable tools. You can also attend any of the webinars that we put together to help learn as a student, but also fine tune what you're interested in as a practicing physician. And with an updated AANP account and mailing address, you can receive any of these tangible magazine research literature, as well as on the right is the News Digest, which is an email that comes to all of our members to help you curate your own newsletter. Massive career development piece, as has been mentioned by Jackie and some others here, is that Thrive Toolkit, helping you as a student prepare to start your own practice or become an associate in a practice or make a transition at any point in your naturopathic career, as well as the Career Center, where we have a sales force educating a lot of people in health systems in the nation to write job descriptions that include naturopathic physicians in the primary care role, and also our colleagues, as you'll see up there, looking for jobs at schools or within their own clinics. So really great resources in that career realm. So again, I just want to thank NMSA for inviting us, and that's my email. So please take note of it and follow up with any questions you have. I really appreciate being here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. And I will absolutely be connecting with you outside because I'm moving to Idaho after I graduate in June. Yeah.
Yay, where? We'll talk another time.
We will, yeah. All right, thank you so
Wonderful.
much. So it looks like next up we have the Institute for Natural Medicine, and Griffin McMath is going to be joining us.
Hello all. I am very excited to talk to you about INM today. I have a little blurb I'm going to copy and paste when I'm done talking in the chat that you can kind of include in your minutes out to those who couldn't attend live. But INM is the Institute for Natural Medicine. We are the unofficial sister organization to the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians, or AANP, who just presented. While AANP aims so much to support the profession. So as a licensed naturopathic physician, I'm also the editor at large at INM. I am so grateful that A&P exists. Anything my business related, anything that I need for advancing advocacy, I go there. INM is a 501c3, which means we cannot touch that stuff. But what we do is kind of the bridge between the profession and the public in a way that seeks to inform. So INM tries to be the trusted, reliable guide to the public on natural and naturopathic medicine. Being that, we have two websites I will include in the notes, naturemed.org and naturemedpro.org. Those are both being renovated heavily. And so we look forward to sharing the new site with you at the end of February. But those are the places that if you're looking to talk to someone about naturopathic medicine, that's what INM does. We have a whole series that was collaborated on with A&P and a variety of other organizations to provide these articles. So I would check that out. We have a variety of other resources that are meant for students. So we're not a membership-based organization, though we do host the NMC, which is the Naturopathic Medicine Collaborative. There's like over 70 or 80 organizations that have anything to do with our profession, all come together once a quarter. And then 2 times a year, the leaders of those professions get together. And it's a way to just propel our profession into the future in a more collaborative way. So on naturemedpro.org, you'll find all of those different things, our residency program. I know I'm tight on time, but I would especially related to students, I would contact me if you are looking for any potential writing interviews or to share your story about getting to naturopathic medicine, but especially the Bastyr program, which is naturemedpro.org, and it's a drop down. The bullet point for that, I would say, is that a few years ago, we created a program that would help anyone talk to anyone across any medium about naturopathic medicine. And the most important thing for you, especially as new students potentially, or wherever you're at in your career, is the universal language guidelines. These help you remember things that, like, we take licensing exams, we don't take board exams. We say naturopathic doctor, not naturopath. And there's a whole list there. So it's really good to get in the practice of using that. And there's so many reasons why, but that would be my kind of probably over 2-minute spiel. And then make sure that you check out our white paper. There's now officially, as of this fall, a white paper on naturopathic medicine. And remember, anytime that you're quoting anything about naturopathic medicine, like basic facts, if you get it from A&P, NMC, NMSA, or INM, you have to quote this organization. This is how these organizations become references for the public to trust. Alrighty, thank you so much. I will put all of this in the chat, and I will be available. Please just make sure that you give me like a time frame in the subject line of the email, because I work a lot. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. McMath. It's good to see you again. All right, so let's go to the California A&P, which it looks like Kathy Kuntz or Brian Trainer. I don't know who's here. I can't see.
I'm looking to see if I see either of them, which perhaps I don't.
Anyone from California A&P? All right. Well, let's move on then. Let's go to the Texas A&P. I grew up in Texas, so looking forward to hearing this.
Nobody from Texas today.
Dag nabbit, tell you something about that right there. All right, well then let's go to New Hampshire A&P. Is New Hampshire in the house?
Possibly not. We can continue.
All right, let's take 4. Let's go to New York.
I'm here. You've
There's
got
you
somebody
there.
from New York. Hi, everyone. Very glad to be here. I'm Dr. Kirsten Carl. I am a naturopathic doctor practicing in the state of New York and a board member for the New York Association of Naturopathic Physicians, or the NYANP. And why NMSA? We are very interested in getting students involved in what's going on in our state and not waiting until trying to decide where you're going to end up. I know a lot of people, I was a student once too, are thinking about where they may end up. And if any of you have any thoughts that you might want to end up in New York, I think it would be great to take advantage of a free membership and get engaged. So one of the things that's going on and is very active and ongoing is licensing efforts in the state of New York for naturopathic medicine. So I'm sure many, if not all of you know that New York State naturopathic medicine is not yet licensed here, but we have an active bill in the state Senate and the state Assembly with 2 new sponsors this year who are very enthusiastic about our medicine. And so we are really looking for people to get involved. And as a student member, that can be you. You can actually play a role in what happens here, whether or not naturopathic medicine gets licensed in New York State. And so as a member, you will be kept in the loop about our licensing efforts and what's going on. And we often send out requests for you to get actively involved, reach out to, if you have friends or family, or if you still have a legal residence in New York, you can get involved in contacting your legislators and actually voice as a student that you want to come back to New York or want to move to New York and practice here. And that really makes a difference. Legislators want to hear that you may want to come back to this state or move to this state. So that's one really important part of membership. Another part is we have a lot of education opportunities. So we have webinars that go on throughout the year, and student members can attend those for free or at a discounted rate. So we've had them pretty much one every couple of months, and we have an annual conference. So we're hoping this year to be able to do it in person. So that would be a great opportunity to come and meet some of the businesses in New York State, but also naturopathic doctors that are practicing here. And then last but not least, membership is really important for networking. So naturopathic doctors that are here, we want other naturopathic doctors to move here. We want to facilitate that. So we are happy to be mentors, answer questions about what it's like to practice here. And, you know, I've known a number of people who we know there's not a lot of residencies, right? And so I've known a lot of people who have establish a connection with an established naturopathic doctor in New York State and join their practice upon graduation. And so lots of opportunities for networking. So I hope you guys will take us up on this opportunity and join us in our efforts. So I will share my email address. I'd be happy to field questions that are more specific about naturopathic medicine and practicing here in New York State. And then I'll give you the email address of our executive director as well. She is the one who handles signing up for membership. So thanks so much for having me. I hope you guys, we hope to see you, some of you guys being members.
Thank you so much. And thank you
You're
for
welcome.
giving up the free membership. That's really, really helpful for our students.
Wonderful. Happy to do it.
Great. All right, let's, is Tennessee in the house by chance? Nashville? Any Nashville? No Nashville. What about Washington AMP? The WAMP?
Yes, I am here. Hold on, let me just get a quick sip of my tea.
I'm sorry, that counts towards your 2 minutes.
Hi everyone, I'm Allie. I am the current WAMP student rep. So I am finishing up my last year here at school, and I'm really stoked to be representing the Washington Association of Naturopathic Physicians. I have been in this role for the past year. So I think to answer your question of why NMSA, I think I can be a representation of why WAMP is involved in the NMSA. We play a critical role in our connection with Bastyr University Kenmore students, but also through the international level to all MD students in North America. So just a quick overview of what WAMP is, and I think Dr. Carl gave a pretty good summary of what state associations do, and I think I'll probably follow in her footsteps here. But we're a nonprofit professional organization representing naturopathic doctors in Washington State. We were founded in 1935, and so we're the second oldest naturopathic organization, just after the Oregon Association. And we have over 1,600 licensed naturopathic doctors here in Washington. So that's more NDs than any other state, which makes us the largest state association in the country and also the world. And so we really have a strong member base in Washington. Our primary mission is to support our members and advocate for naturopathic medicine overall. And so our primary offerings include legislative representation, high quality continuing ed, and membership benefits, which all sounds great, but why join now as a student? And I think as a student rep, I can speak its praises of being involved. It's, first of all, membership is completely free. So there's kind of like, it's like, why not? You should join if you think about wanting to get more involved in your state, on the state level, even if you just remotely think you might practice in Washington. And the second reason, which is a big reason why I got involved, is legislative representation. So we have a constant presence at our state capitol to promote, file, and monitor legislation that benefits the advancement of the naturopathic profession. And students have a lot of opportunities to participate, whether it's via our governmental affairs meetings that are monthly, our call to actions that kind of promote our current legislative efforts right now, which involve our members making either calls or emails to our legislators. And so actually, in particular, right now, we're trying to move a piece of legislation that's our scope expansion bill. So what people can do right now is literally go to our website and go to the call to action tab and send an email to our state senator. So that's a really easy thing students can do. And then also we offer continuing education. We have an amazing annual conference that a lot of our chapter members were able to go to, NMSA chapter members here in Kenmore, which is basically discounted at about half the rate. And we also have monthly continuing ed events that are also discounted for students. So, and then this is a big thing overall, I'd say, for student members is, and this is a big reason, a big benefit I've gained, is the networking and community benefits that I've experienced. So I've met so many doctors, amazing doctors through this role, and had opportunities to shadow and preceptor with really kind of like pioneers of our field right now, people who are doing really amazing things. And I think I can kind of, any student that wants to get involved in the WNP, I would love to talk to them about how I've benefited. So thank you. That's all I got.
Well, thank you so much, Allie, for coming in and speaking on behalf of the WANP, and it's good to see you again. We had shift this morning, so we go way back.
Yes, I'm in school with a few of these folks here, so it's good to see some familiar faces.
All right, is Minnesota in the house? Do we have the Minnesota ANP?
Yes, hi, this is Baron Glasgow, the Executive Director.
Yes, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. Sorry, I've got a head cold today, so I sound a little froggy. I am actually the Executive Director of 6 different naturopathic associations. And so my apologies if it's a little confusing sometimes. The Minnesota Association's focus right now, and it looks like it's going to be successful this year, is going to be able to move from registration to licensure. This year we have a bill that the board of the Minnesota Board of Medical Practice is supporting actively to allow us to move to licensure. And we think that's a huge deal. As you see from the statistics that ANP puts out, the number of physicians that practice in a state grow exponentially once licensure is in place. And so we think that that's a huge deal. And Minnesota is a big state, and we think there will be a lot of opportunities for students, particularly once licensure sets in. So that's our big effort there. We will reach out when we see opportunities for students to become engaged, and we appreciate the time.
You know what? Thank you so much, but I think we should just go ahead and jump into like all of the gastro and the, like, if you want to talk for the other ones you're a part of too, that would be great.
Sure. The only other ones that I'm representing today is PsycANP.
Okay.
PsycANP is a fairly new specialty association. It's only been around for about 5 years, but it's growing tremendously. PsycNP is the Psychiatric Association of Naturopathic Doctors or Naturopathic Physicians, and we have members in almost every state. And again, their focus is on mental health, and we do have a project where we could use some engagement from students. We have a lot of folks who have not maintained, as with many associations, maintained their current information, their addresses, phone numbers, emails, etc. And so that is something that we could certainly use some assistance with. But we gain new members literally every week. It's really a dynamic organization. We're currently working toward board certification, so someone could sit for an exam and become a board certified naturopathic mental health professional, which we think is really going to advance the profession in the realm of mental health. We've got a great and very active board of directors, and so we would encourage you all to join us when you can.
Great, thank you so much. And you have a great voice, by the way. I just need to point that out. You could have your own radio show.
I've heard that I've got a face for radio. Yes.
Yes, it's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so Montana. Is Montana here?
Do we have Ingrid? Those perhaps not. Okay.
All right, so the last A show on my list is Gastro ANP.
Yeah, we don't have anyone for gastro or onc, so I think this might be the end of those presentations.
Oh, those presentations, all right. Let's should we reshare our screen?
Unless there's anyone here that we missed, please speak up now. Would hate for that to happen. And then Izzy, if you could reshare. At this point, we were planning to do a chapter breakout where any questions could be fielded, talking about local upcoming events, that sort of a thing.
I think we're gonna skip over the chapter breakout rooms though.
Okay.
So that we wanted to make sure there was room for all of our speakers and sponsors and
Sure.
to have room. So
in that case, the only thing left is a raffle, unless we want to open up the floor for questions for the whole group or to any of the speakers.
well, we should let the winners know who they are first.
Absolutely. All right, I'm almost there. Give me just a quick moment to, I'm doing this old-fashioned way, cutting up pieces of paper. And raffle winners will only be people who are still here, who've attended live, and are here to claim them. In the meantime, if anyone wants to put their email in the chat, or you can directly message me with your email, if you have any particular questions about information that came up today that I can field for you or pass along to any of our presenters, I'm very happy to do that. I need to run and get a bowl of sorts. One moment.
Well, Gabriella is finding a clean bowl. I'm chatting with a couple of students on the side here, and just want to know if you haven't seen the chat. If you guys, so the students that we didn't do the breakout room for, we had an interesting experience at in Tempe with SCNM, where Mickey came out to meet with the chapter, and he sat down, and Yakira invited her chapter out to sit down, and we learned in that meeting was students year 1, 2, 3, and 4 kind of all were in silos, and they didn't know each other because of the timeline of everybody being in school. So we saw the magic happen when we left that meeting, and we saw those bridges be built. So we don't want to miss that opportunity. And I know we just kind of skipped over that part, but if you guys wouldn't mind messaging anyone, whether it's myself, Mickey, Sierra, this board, your chapter president, if you guys want to do a collective international Zoom call, something fun, Mickey's great at improv, and then we do the breakout rooms, will you let us know? We're trying to find out how to support you. So that'd be helpful to know.
Could I just ask for clarification? This is Jackie in CMIC. You said you have 9 chapters at each school. Is that correct? Or you have
9 chapters throughout North America.
Okay, that's what I wondered.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Gabriella, the floor is yours.
Okay, so we're giving out 10 $50 Amazon US dollar Amazon gift cards. Once I call your name, if you could just message me directly your email address so that we can get in touch with you for how to get that to you, that would be amazing. So the first winner is Alyssa Weissman. Alyssa's still here. Just want to make sure you're here, so that's, if you don't mind speaking up or putting something in the chat.
I'm here.
You're there. Super. Okay.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Just message me your email. Congrats. Next is Jaden Dobson.
I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for attending today. Eden Jeffries.
I'm here. Thank you.
Super. Thank you. Next is Samantha. I probably said that terribly. Karaming. I'm so
That's
sorry.
me. Thank you.
How do you say your first name?
It's just Samantha. So like
Okay,
Samantha,
that's
but with like
beautiful.
a Z. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Okay, next is Pin Swan Chang.
I'm here.
Oh,
me.
thank you. Okay, did I say that terribly?
Ping Shen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next, that's 5 out of 10. Jackie Riley. Here, and thank you. Sure, thank you. Kim Lopez.
I'm here. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you. We have Ann Wells.
I'm here.
Thank you so much. 2 more. Dana Blake Campbell.
I'm here.
Super, thanks for coming. And last but not least, we have Sydney Wan.
Hi, I'm here. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much. Really nice to have you all.
Was that all of them? I wasn't counting.
That was 10. That was 10.
I just know I didn't win anything, so that's okay.
Just answering, sorry, Dana, in the chat. If you could just direct message me, Gabriela Cunha, your email, that'd be great.
All right, so for any of the students who are on here, does anyone have any questions or anything that they want to throw out there since we have a little time left?
I was actually curious about when I forgot the name, but the lady from the New York AMP, in terms of having an active, chapter and an active association in a state where you're not licensed, like, doesn't that put you on like a risk map of, like, hey, so you're practicing in New York?
Do you want me to answer that? I'm happy to say that. We have to be careful. A lot of it's about language, right? We use the term practice. I felt like I could use that term with you guys, but often in practice, we don't say that we're practicing medicine because it's not permitted in this state. And so there's a lot of language that's used on people's websites. And when you communicate with people that may come and see you, we don't call them patients, we often call them clients. So a lot of it is about language, but we're all hoping one day that this will not be necessary. There's still quite a bit we can do because there isn't a lot of how to say, like, we are flying under the radar, so to speak, in a lot of ways. And so we can use homeopathy and botanicals and supplements and give guidance, but we are not giving medical advice. And so that's really kind of how we thread the needle in a state where we're not licensed.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if it came off like a sarcastic question, I'm sorry, but I'm
Not at
definitely
all.
going to Florida after school come May, and like the risk is real, and I'm like, is putting my name on a website putting me more out there for imprisonment? So
Well, all I'll say is I can't speak to the situation in Florida. I would argue that each state is quite different. I think some states are absolutely more aggressive with looking for people practicing or being seen as practicing medicine without a license. So far in New York State, that hasn't really been an issue as long as people aren't calling themselves physicians and saying they're practicing medicine. So one of the things I'd recommend that you consider doing is look at the websites of fellow naturopathic doctors that are in Florida where you're hoping to go, or you can even look at some of our websites in New York State and you'll see a lot of language there that's important in terms of not promoting ourselves as licensed naturopathic physicians in states in which we are not or cannot be. So that's what I would suggest. And also reach out to naturopathic doctors in Florida, talk to them. That's one of the things that I was mentioning when I spoke is that's really important. State membership can be helpful to connect with how do you do this in a state where we are not yet licensed. The people best who can probably best guide you are people who are doing it already in that state.
And
Right,
Diana
thank you
from the
so much.
AMP, I just want to put a plug in there that there is a Florida State Association as well. So you can find that. You can probably just Google it, but you can also find a link on our website. And so there are colleagues there.
Perfect.
And I am actively working with my whole board to get more of those state associations involved with free memberships for students. So keep checking the website and we will post updates as soon as we can. Also, I want to say for the students who are on here, next year's board that will be run by Sierra, who is currently the president-elect, those positions are going to start coming open around March, and we will send out a huge email blast on social media and through email for those positions. So if you want to get involved with NMSA, that's your opportunity, either at the local chapter or at the international level, and talk to your friends, see if you can get them involved. It's a lot of fun. You get to make you make a lot of relationships, you build a lot of relationships with some pretty important people in this industry, and you'll learn a lot. So, sorry, I was getting messages like, say this, say this. So are there any other questions from anyone before we leave for the day?
I just want to add one thing, because I'm looking at some of the chat messages, Mickey, and anybody that's still on the call, whether you're a state association, one of our supporters, if you wouldn't mind, you all have my email, so I can be the house of information. If you all wouldn't mind emailing me in bullet points, if you don't mind, keep it simple. A little bit of a summary of what you shared today, and then opportunities, or give us something to send out as a promotional piece to ask other students to watch this recording. But give us some of your takeaways, if that makes any sense, so we can combine that marketing effort.
Right. And I just want to say thank you once again to everyone who showed up today to speak, all of the state associations, specialty organizations, everyone who is actively involved with NMSA. This organization wouldn't work without you, so we really do appreciate you.
Great job, Mickey.
I think that's all I've got.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a great Saturday night, everyone.
Thanks, you too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Everyone enjoy the NFL playoffs.
Yes.